Hey guys, Ryan here. Today I'm coming at you with Armory update number 3. I'm just gonna lower the music down a little bit. Always getting me on the music. But yeah, this is gonna be Armory update number 3. This is Dash.io. I've normally been playing Inventor Extraordinaire lately. Kind of just getting the mileage out of her before she LL. She's 80 away with the new cards she's getting through the mech the Dash.io Armory deck. I just don't see her staying around very long. But I did not play Dash.ie today. I played Dash.io. I wanted to see, because with the new Armory deck she's getting, she's going to become easily one of the better decks in the format. And it's just, she's getting a tome on a stick, etc. But that's not what this video is about. I just really wanted to test and see how the hyper aggro build felt into the format even before having those cards. And I did very well. I did 3-1 today. My only loss being the undefeated. And yeah, it was super interesting because, as I said, I've been playing a lot of aggro, not aggro, but fatigue. So to go to not even just regular aggro, but like hyper aggro, where I have absolutely no other game plan other than I'm sending cards at you, and then passing my turn. I'm not blocking, I'm just sending more cards. It was a definitely different feel, but super cool, super interesting. We'll go over the gear and the deck slots, and then we'll go over the matchups. So if you don't know, Dash.io is Dash.ie's kind of reprint. You may look at the top card of your deck at any time, and then once per turn, you may play a Mechanologist item with 0 to 1 from the top of your deck, as though it were an instant. It costs an additional 1 to play. So yeah, basically your boom grenades and all that come out for free, or not for free, from on the top as an instant. Super good. And you can kind of flick the boom grenades as like kind of like a instant reaction to them taking damage. So it's a really tricky deck, but really fun. You got the Achilles accelerators, which are for the AB package. I run having things like Florian, Verdant, or Kano's still running around. So just having all these wizards in Rune Blades running around, I wanted to have some clear-cut AB package, which it's hilarious. Against my Aura match, which was my only arcane, I just didn't put it in completely. I completely forgot. I ran the match with something like Crown of Providence instead of my Visitronics, adaptive plating instead of my Achilles accelerators, and then I was using Goliath gauntlets and Teclis Foundries with symbiosis. But yeah, so this is strictly just for AB, right? And it's got an amazing ability, allowing you to gain 1 action point, and then if you've boosted. So adaptive plating, really good. I used it. You can suck up a generous amount of damage if you galvanize with it. Crown of Providence, I still think it's still up in the air. A lot of people say that the other one's better now. Again, I forget its name. It did get this nice new gold foil though. That's one of the Calling's winter cards. It looks pretty great, but I think Crown of Providence is still great. It fixes hands. It's not an on-demand draw, but it's like, it's, in my opinion, it's where you need it. Goliath Gauntlet, this is a race deck, so it just adds 2 more extra damage into your deck just for having gauntlets, so very good. Symbiosis Shot is basically the new Tecla pistol. Every time you put an item into the sorry about that. Every time you put an item onto the field, if it doesn't have 6 steam counters on it, you can put a steam counter on it. Tecla's Foundry Heart, kind of basic. Just feed 1 into it and you get 2. Visitronics, AB2, good effect. For the deck slots, we go BIOS updates. I felt the BIOS updates was just generally a lot of good value. The +3 on the next boosted. If you boost an item that's 0 to 1, you can put it onto the arena. And it has go again. It's a 0 cost. Very good. Just a generic buff spell. Boom grenade. I'm running rainbow, but I'm only running one blue. Boom Grenade's the card that basically you can flip off the top of your deck, or you can have it on field, and if any damage goes through from one of your mech attack actions, they take extra damage per Boom Grenade. Reds are 4, yellows are 3, blues are 2. So, Data Link, it's going to be a donut that swings in for 3. It has boost and opt ones if it hits. It's just donuts swinging for 3. Good number. It blocks for 3 as well. Dive through data is something I didn't want to stack up on because it is a 1 cost, but still it's a 1 for 4 boost opt 1 when it hits. Very good card. Heist is kind of one of those mandatory cards for this deck because when it hits, you can put any of your 0 to 1 items banished from your banish zone onto the arena under my control. So you get the steam counters and everything. So you can put your bombs back. You can put Techlo core back. You can put overload script back. Just really good value out of Heist, and it's a 2 for 5. High Octane didn't feel so great today, just because I didn't see very many turns where I had donuts in my hand and could make use of it. Other than that, it just got really used as block, or I'd use it for the draw. Other than that, I didn't see it doing much. But with the Armory kit, it's going to be amazing. But again, this is just without the Armory kit to see how it ran at local. Our locals, the Armory. Maximum Velocity comes in at 3. I think Maximum Velocity is one of the strongest cards in the deck. It swings for 10. It costs 2 to swing. It blocks for 3, but the big down cost is you have to have boosted 3 or more times to play it. So you combo that with Twin Drive, and Twin Drive boosts twice in a turn and a card for 2, swinging them for 5. Bottles, just a generic 6 for 3 beat stick, it costs 2. I play Rainbow T-Bones just because I believe that package is really good, especially if you're not ready for it. It just eats your armor alive before you're able to really get any use out of it. Sprocket Rocket, it's another donut that can come in for actually 4 if you banish an item or equipment. So a lot of time it's coming in for a zipper hit, and that's awesome. For 0. Pulse Wave Harpoon's really nice. When this attack, when your attacks, they reveal X cards from their hands, where X is the number of times you've boosted this combat chain. It does count itself because it boosts. You can choose any action card with defense less than or equal to the number of times you've boosted, and then add it to the chain link as a defending card. I enjoy being able to look at the opponent's hand and kind of decipher how to take apart their bigger turn from them, and Pulse Wave does that and makes it to where they can't have such big crackback turns. If you're, it allows some sort of interaction if you're not blocking, right? Overload Script's really good for a lot of matchups, especially if they're trying to fatigue you. And it gives all of your mech attacks overpower for the turn, or the turns that it's out. So very good. Outpace, another good 1 for 4 boost. Only the difference is this one can't be defended by equipment. So if they have you can notice they've been wanting to keep their hand, and they have equipment still. You'll send that at them, maybe with a BIOS update, so it'll be a 7 for 1, and you'll definitely have cards coming up after it that they just have to give you their hand, or they're going to be taking a lot of damage that turn. 0 to 60s, I play the Rainbow package. It's a 0 for 4, 3 block boost, because you go again. 4-3-2 on the Rainbow package. I played 9. I think it's really good to see 0s in this deck. You want to see 0s. Zipper Hit, I play Rainbow Zipper Hit. It's the only one that I do play Rainbow at 1-ofs. that costs 1. It's probably one of the highest damage, low costing spells, and it has go again off boost. So I do play a full rainbow package of Zipper Hit. We've already talked about the Rainbow Boom Grenades, Rainbow T-Bones, Rainbow 0 to 60s, again, Rainbow's Zipper Hits. Magnetic Protocol was more of like a flash. Just, I didn't really want to play the card that got you. You could get an action card from your grave for 2. I thought that was kind of slow for a hyper aggro. So this making them give up more equipment just seemed really good. And it was a blue. It blocked for 3, so it worked great. T-Bone taking armor again. It's the blue one. Teklo Core is great because it gives you 2 extra resources. It has 2 steam counters when it comes in. It's 0 cost and it's a blue, so really good. Teklo Founder, again, just one of those things I'm thinking about cutting. IE, it's great. IO, still good. It's like a 12 extra damage across the game. But I just don't feel like it's enough because you don't start with it and you can't really proc it off of IO's ability. So you're just kind of having to hard draw it, or and none of your abilities really bring it back into the arena. So you're literally having to hard draw it. BIOS update and things like that are just way better, in my opinion. And that's why I'm thinking about going full boom grenades over the Tekla Pounders. I just think you get more value. Maybe less damage overall throughout the game, but less setup as well. And then you just finish this shit out with blue and yellow, the double blue 0 to 60 Zipper Hit. It's a very cohesive, very linear list of I'm just going to be sending as much as possible. And that's what I wanted to do tonight. As I said, I went 3-1. Very fun. All matchups were very close and very good. I love our community. We ended up having 8 today. Command Zone was great, as always. They prized out over a box because we had 8, so they prized out a box at 6 for us, which is very generous. And then at 8, they prized out even more. So we had a full 8 people I didn't even know kind of showing up, so it's awesome to see the game get some growth. We have people around the community that's talking about it again. But yeah, so let's get into matchups. Matchup number 1, I ended up playing Fi. He's one of our newer players. He is not a bad player at all, though. He very much so snakes me down very quickly. I just saw very good high damage turns throughout the game very early, so I was able to capitalize on them. And in his basically in the game before he had time to set up a good long go wide turn. And the turn that he tried to do that, I had stone walls on, and I just kind of killed his phoenixes. So it it wasn't completely like one-sided. As I said, it was definitely I sweated for many times. I think if he just combos at the right time here, or hits the right razor, hits the right reaction, I could just die. But I ended up taking that match. The second match we went into was new. It was very, very rough for me. The new player kept sending just very high damage turns while disrupting my hand, even if I chose not to block. So I had to not block because I would still lose cards out of my hand. So if I wanted to stay on tempo, I had to just go full race mode and let the new player kind of tamper with my hand. I ended up pulling it out. Very, very close. Very close. I was at 9 when I killed him. But still, very, very hard matchup for me. Glad I pulled it out. Goliath Gauntlets came in really clutch in a lot of these matchups, this being one of them. Crown of Providence did as well. The third matchup was the Aurora matchup, the one I just simply failed to negate. Navigate my the whole reason I put my Arcane package in there, my Absorption package in there, I just didn't use it. But honestly, I don't know if that would have helped. Aura is just in a really great spot, and this is Dash IO before the Armory kit, so um, it's not like I didn't go out without a fight. I want to say I think I put Aura down to like 3. And then she just ended a big turn where she went go again a bunch, zapping me down for 2. So even if I had the Arcane Barrier, I would still have ended up dying either way. But still very close, very fun. I always enjoy playing that player, Phil. He's one of the better players we have in our area, and he always shows it. And then we go to our last matchup, and we go into an Azalea. And I had never seen this gentleman before, so I assumed he had just started and had like just bought an Azalea Armory deck and sat down and decided to play. Boy, was I wrong. He flipped over during gear rotation, Spring Findal's Tunic, full Azalea gear, rainbow foil, just gorgeous looking deck. Definitely fully kitted out. And we had a very weird turn cycle. It's just he was blowing me up. He took me down to 20 before I think got any damage on him. But I was setting up high damage turns through my Tekla pounders and stuff like that. And then I just sent a max V turn, and then it ended up getting down to where he blocked out, or it got down to where the last hand, I think he had something along the lines of like 4, and I had like a red boom grenade on field and Tekla cores on field already, with in my hand 3 0 costs, one being a 0 to 60, one being a red 0 to 60 red T-bone, and I think it was like a blue T-bone, and then a yellow boom grenade. So I ate his full turn, and I was just like, dude, in my head verbally, I was like, if he can hit for over, I think it was 14. I was like, if he can kill me with 14 damage, he's got this. I'm not gonna block it. I'll take it. I'll die. He hits me with 12. And I had a blood pox token, so I was at 2. So I either saved half hand to save for myself from the blood pox token, or I tried to kill him on that turn. Luckily, because I had the boom grenade set out already, the 3 donuts, and the grenade in my hand, I threw the grenade out. I cranked it. I sent my first attack, giving it boost. He blocks it out. I send my second attack, giving it boost. He blocks it out. And I sent my third attack, but it was I sent my red one last, and it was like a 4, and it can only block 2, so it took him down to 2. But because I had put the boom grenade on the field, my symbiosis shot had got a tick. So he had blocked out with his full hand. I had 2 left, and I had just enough to swing in with my symbiosis shot and take 2 off him for the game. Very close game. I sweated bullets. I know the gentleman was playing his best, and I was as well, and very fun game. But yeah, thank you again, Command Zone. Y'all always host great events, always make us feel welcomed. This is just another Armory update. This is IO before the Armory kit 3-1. I'll probably play her again next week. We'll see though. I've got it's either the PTI, I think it's the PTI is what it's called. We've got the PTI Saturday, this coming Saturday, not tomorrow, not the 29th or 28th, but the Saturday after that. And we've got Armory number 4 that Friday. If I have certain cards coming in, there's a couple Count Your Blessing decks that I'm going to do some videos on. And if those do come in, I'll probably end up playing a Count Your Blessings style deck, just because that seems very strong. I don't really, I'm on the bandwagon that they should have never printed it, and it should have been banned. But that is not for this video. Thank you guys for watching. It has been great. Once again, thank you to our hosts. Thank you to the community. And yeah, I will have another Armory update for you guys soon.